Flash, snap us some pictures. No dance, cause I gotta sit. Told her you knew. I told her you knew. Let's go. Flash, snap us some pictures. No dance, cause I gotta sit. They told me these niggas don't need no auto plane. They show you I ran some tickets. Just know I'm fucking your bitches. Just know I run it like fitness. Clean in the kitchen with 5 sick pants. Just know we starting the business. I go and sit in the checks. If I lose some pay for what's in our checks. We beefing out loud of your flesh shit. That is some legal to that shit. Don't care we fucking, you know I ain't loving you. Don't care we fucking, I ain't loving you. That shit don't mean nothing. My uncle, whenever he ready, he's still my mother, make sure I stay. I get some drink and I think that she heavy. I'm throwing money in the bank of Betty. She celebrating, singing like I got me. What up, though? Don't know why I'm up, but I'm up. Grab the chase right quick. Crazy listening to your baby on YouTube. Trying to get up for a second, y'all. What's good this morning? How blessed are you? Woke us up again. Hey. Hey. Talk to me, kid. This my second oldest slap. You want to know who they were? Okay, I ain't fucking you. No, she don't mean nothing. Hey. Let's talk about it this morning. Fucking royal. Fucking royal, dog. Straight up. Hit this thizzle one more good time, y'all. We about to kick it until I black back out. All right, talk to me, son. Hey. Wake up and look around. Why you see it's not around? Your dreams they small time. In my head, I want it out. They know I show love every day when I go get the chance. They gon' be some of it, they saying something about anything. Have me screaming fuck love in my feels about everything. About everything, now you know on everything. I don't gotta say morning, everybody. Stays consistent, I beat every beat with repetition. Hey. Like Kodak, through all this shit, kept tunnel vision. The only path I had was the bridge, the tunnel missing. I'm on a mission, can't stop my shit. My youngin' out to get it. Might take your chain and put it on your head. I can't stop the shit. My youngin' out to get it. Might take your chain and put that bitch right back on your head. Hey, come on, son. I get lost in that world. Sometimes I see you in my dream. Forget you not my girl. Sometimes I come and fuck on me. Put all your love on me. Hey, I say in college. Niggas ain't no shit. I swear to God, these niggas pussy. Your chain got your fake name, your real name on this bullet. You reppin' the fake gang. I see your flag and ticket. You know I'ma maintain my circle to the fullest. You know I can't miss. I got a team on the stick. You gon' die from cancer on that UV and that bitch. And that boy got melanoma. How the fuck you question me without your damn diploma? Don't let I get shit. Please don't act like you fresh out of coma. My young dog in the back, he smelling all aromas. We got that green in that bitch, you wanna talk about it. These niggas know I got a stick on me, it's not a boner. Hold up, you can't copy me, you know I'm not a cloner. You fuck around, I hit your line, they call me on the phone. I come and back, no donut, hold up, leave you open homers. This ain't no sense in you know it's sick, you fucked around and done it. Wait, I walk up and stack that money. Only thing that's on my mind, baby girl, this you second, don't care about your fucking sign.
Talk to me.
I'm running beers with the fam. Don't test me, no exam. My niggas grow up watching Gina, I just want it Pam. I only want the money, nigga, you know what that brain. I know way too much, he had a moon swing. I said, I know way too much, he had a moon swing. I said, I know way too much, he had a moon swing. Nigga. Hold up, baby, coming in and he's stepping. Nigga don't care about your fucking color, what you reppin'. You're not getting this bitch, he caught at the intersection. You don't play no game, we flipping on you like Inception. Hold up.
Hey. What surprised me most about my son music is that he actually listening to the shit that they listen to. He actually made some shit that I want to listen to. That was crazy. And it was a surprise. I was promoting my brother-in-law because my brother-in-law is sick. Just hard. Just wait till we open him all the way up. I'm promoting my brother-in-law and my son say, hey, I just dropped one. I'm like, what? You just, huh? Hell you mean you just dropped one? Man, that motherfucker took me to Spotify. He got a whole little section set up. I'm like, whoa, this little dude doing some things. Now, this is the dude that I told y'all was on the roll from the Rooter till he finished. One of the ones I talked out of messing around with them colleges. You know, we just so happen to have family member and God family that have master's degrees and not working in their field, mainly because they don't belong to any type of brotherhood. That's my opinion. As far as applying and as far as intelligence, I can vouch. I've seen these people turn their lives upside down, around, and inside out. You understand? For the sake of education, and did that. You know, raised children. My god sister Shirley, she raised. She was married for a bit, but you know, things happen, so she pretty much raised her baby on her own. You know, and then someone else came along and they had a child with each other, and they broke up. So, but he was there. He was an impact. Damon, what up, though? Yeah, Damon. You ever hear this? I used to call him Jay-Z. Nigga just reminded me of Jay-Z. Old head. Didn't look old. Kind of like a Vic type nigga, but you know, laid back in the video games too. So I best with him. And you know, pretty much just turn their life inside out, upside down. And right now making money, but not in the field where they got masters, where they got master degrees in. So the illusion of colleges and education, that's been a fog that was torn away from my eyes a long time ago, because it was always one of the first things that I wanted to do. Why, though? Well, simply programming. Every program you've seen on TV, especially the black programs, they were told to go to school, play ball, or, you know, be the smartest one so you can get the scholarship and, you know, come up. And see, it was all a trap from the get-go. See, before the colleges, or no, the college would be the oldest. But they had to get a little bit more extensive. You ever heard of COINTELPRO? You ever seen their top secret? And listen, their top secret files, right? But we can see them. So top secret, right? Where these people are looking for the Black Messiah. Yeah. And this is in their language. This is in their files. So let me break that down to you. We as human beings, we are programmed to not know our full potential. See, if you knew your full potential, there will be certain energies, certain properties that you'll be privy to that will prevent things like death, things like stress, heart attacks, like disease in itself. And these are powers that you possess. See, what we have here is a system set up to prevent us from being able to do things like heal ourselves or uh, stay away from things that cause death, right? Well, they figured out a way to manipulate and, for lack of a better word, I'm going to find a better term for it, put a spell on you. First, they block your knowledge on who you are, first of all. And by no means, y'all, ever put color when you hear Curls say something like who you are, because it ain't got nothing to do with color. But what these people discovered is that every so many years, you understand, there's what would we call it, y'all? There's a manifestation of a power that's above other people. Let's just say that. And it don't just happen in the darker skinned and the lighter skinned and the fairer skin. It don't just happen in one. It happens in all. And it happens periodically. Hence, the three wise men. See, when we see wise, we just think intelligence. But I have you, and I beg you to research wise. And in that research, you're going to come up to a man called Wise Old King Solomon. So when you get an opportunity, research wise. It may be more of a diss than a stroke on an eagle, okay? So what the three wise men understood is that the stars were telling them what had happened in the past and what was to happen in the future. And they were privileged enough to be living in the time that the stars foretold that someone would be born with these extra abilities. Okay? So the star set, and they knew the exact star it was. It was greater than the rest of the stars. I don't know if everybody could see this or just those with the trained eye, but they were on their way. All right? So they were on their way to a star, and the star perhaps looked like something that was good, but the star wasn't good. It didn't mean good. What it meant was, here go the target right here. See, there's only a small portion of the world throughout all human history that was cool with God. It's very important you understand this. Out of all the nations and the tribe in the world, the only nation that was okay with God was the nation of Israel, which consisted of 13 tribes or 12 tribes. Okay. Do your research on that now. Won't take long, a couple minutes. Out of all the tribes that walked this plane or this ball or whatever you want to call it, there were only one that really got down. What up, though, buddy? Lee. Pull up King in the house, y'all. Walk easy. Walk easy. Everything be good, man. Pull Up King is in the house. I'm looking for my rematch too, buddy. Quit running from me. Quit running from me. So, out of all the whole world, you talking about one tribe that was cool with the creator of all things. Everybody else hated him. Everybody else feared him, but not feared him in a loving way. They feared him because they know he was real and they know he was stronger than their gods. But trust and believe their gods were real. Don't think people is just that gullible. Oh, that's what's up, buddy. That's what's up, dog. I'm off today. I got to get up early tomorrow. So if we can, let's try to get something going soon. If you ain't, I get with you, brother. I get with you. You know, we on PSN, so I communicate with you on that. You did. That's what's up, though. Oh, and congratulations, brother. Hey, listen, buddy. I'm a real nigga, man. So listen, my page is open to you. I knew that you was going to listen. It even turned out better than I imagined, man. See, I see things way ahead of time. And I knew, dog, when you got hope, when we start doing this, I knew you was going to make it fire, dog. And it looked better than I thought it would. Shout out, bro. I told you, you had the key to it. You're going to open the whole thing up. And then you got ghetto with your sports talk, man. Oh, it's like it's over with, dog. You got me and Vic as announcers whenever you need it, dog. We just got to get it. We got to get a few more people involved, dog, so we can do our own CFM thing. You know what I'm saying? Make our own little seasons and stuff, dog. We gonna do it right, buddy. See, you got longevity up under your belt. I know you about your business, bro. So I already know what's gonna happen, man. We're gonna make it fire. I'm looking forward to it too, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Rob Zilla. Okay. Got you, bro. Got you. Hell yeah, we can use it, man. We can use it. We can use it. Hell yeah, man. You ain't said nothing. And of course, buddy, we're gonna get off into the basketball, and I'm gonna teach you how to play the hockey eventually. And don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put that little fun together, so whenever the new games come out, bro, we're gonna be able to dip in that fun, you know, and just grab what we need, you know. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna set it all up. So what our government discovered, they discovered that around the time all this Black Panther, all that stuff, they created groups because they knew this was around about the time that a darker skinned anomaly, that's the word I'm trying to look for, anomaly. They knew that this would transpire at a particular time. So what they did, they set up the colleges. They set up ground root organizations to make like they for the people and with the people. And all they were doing is setting the trap. All they were doing is setting the trap for the anomaly. And see, they don't want to kill the anomaly. They want to possess him or her. They want to control them. That's what the colleges are about. Finding those geniuses, finding those people whose thoughts are much more complex than normal people, breaking them all the way down, building them back up, and during this time they're learning all the little triggers, and they're learning, they're studying, they're researching. You understand what I'm saying? So when you seen those three wise men, it represents something. It shows us that it's the exact same grid from over 2,000 years ago. And it was the exact same grid 2,000 years before that. The exact same grid 2,000 years before that. See, you see steel and wires and all this shit, and you think that, oh, we're way more complex than what they were way back then. And I sadly disagree with you. I sadly disagree with you. If you can make, now we've been hearing and we read in the Bible that these people lived in tents. Now, obviously, these tents had to be something different. These tents had to be something so out cold, we can't even reach it today. Now, I've seen some houses that have like self-built houses where, you get the truck to come through and set it down and you hit a switch and the houses transform out. I've seen those. So I'm telling you, for these people to still have sewage systems that was found in our era from 4,000, 5,000 years ago, the first civilization, these people were way beyond our way of thinking. See, our way of thinking is slaughtered because they have programs and have been programming us to dumb down. Why would they want you to dumb down? Why would they want you to know less about yourself? Why would they put so much money behind trying to make you not believe in God? Why would they do this? There's a reason for it. See, you got to remember, man, you just walk into a situation and you see this big dude get up with tears in his eye, run across the room and hit somebody. You have to understand that big man didn't get up and run across that room for no reason. Something happened for it to happen. Something happened. Something triggered that big man with the tears in his eyes. Okay? So when these people put money behind ideas and entities to keep you dumbed down, you have to understand that it's a reason they want you dumbed down. There's a reason they don't want you believing in God. There's a reason their representation of Jesus Christ is so beat up, so pitiful, that you got most sheep out here that feel like hopeless. Like, man, if this is what it is, no, I'm just screwed. There's a reason for this. There's a reason, y'all. Nothing happens for no reason. Nothing happens by, listen, I know you believe in coincidence, but listen, Curl telling you nothing happens by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. A reason. It's a reason they want you to call people like me conspiracy theorists. Because since 1968, they've been making sure that anybody that it's labeled this is looked at as crazy. There's a reason. There's a reason. See, people are intelligent beings. And people throughout time has challenged the powers that be, because when they smell a snake, they call it out. They point it out. They let the whole village know. See, this is nothing new that's happening in our day. It's been happening the whole time, all through human history. Why do you think the prophets were so valid? Why do you think the kings, and we're talking about kings, y'all, we're talking about, what would President Bush care about what little old me is saying? This is in comparison to what was going on in those prophets. The prophets were nothing. They were nothing. Just a voice. Just the voice and just the power of the Almighty. But one thing had to be secure. God had to see humility. Everything those prophets did was just as like the Christ. It was like a walkie-talkie. They were just repeating things. They were just the echo, a regurgitation of what the Most High told them, to tell the people, to tell the king, to warn. Whatever he used them for, they were open, they were ready, and they were against everything that was going on. So they were not liked, not by very many people. So you're talking about Bush saying, "Oh, is Curl saying this? Bring Curl in here." This is the power structure we're talking about now, y'all. But they heard, just like y'all heard me through these chat rooms. Y'all seen me. Y'all heard me through my fucking finger muscles. Don't think it was by coincidence. Nothing is by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. And I think, and this is just me, that you make it a good thing or a bad thing. I think that you have the power to pick and choose where it go. I think that you have the power, if it's going left, I think you got the power to say, "Hey, let's just end this. Hey, I'm sorry. And I think if the power go right, you will make sure that it continue to go right by continuing to show respect or whatever that make y'all right." That's what I feel. You get to choose. You want, is pride too much? Okay, that means things ain't gonna work out. That means things ain't gonna work out. See, if pride consisted of me and you together, that's what make us what it is. Now we're talking. But if you talking like if we're in a power relationship and you get to talking about how much more you do than I do, then it's not gonna work out. I'm talking about how I got more of this than you got, and it's not gonna work out. It's just not. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. So when people playing a lot of times, pay attention to it. A lot of times they be telling you something inadvertently. Let people talk. Learn a lot and not do too much work. That's why I kind of like Buddy Lee style. You know, he let a motherfucker spit bars after bars. Let him go ahead. Always dug it. And while we on the matter, a few years ago, I strongly, and I've always said it, that when the Pull-Up King pulled up on ZX and went over there, trolled them and played that, "Oh, I'm a good guy," and this, that, and the other, and had them wrapped around his fingers, I said, "Oh, that was very successful." I don't know how it turned out, but I witnessed it and I took my notes. But very successful for the young dog to pull up over there with this hot, and I'm talking about, listen, their whole style was jumping niggas. Their whole style was get you up on that panel and assault. And he wooed past all that shit. They ain't even get it. They started and couldn't even keep on. I said, word, that's what's up. And then everything went left. Just for the record. But sometimes you gotta let people speak. You gotta let people talk, man. A lot of people got a lot of toxic inside them. And they can't just let all their business out in front of people they don't really know. But it still leaks out. It still leaks out. Just take your notes. I be hearing niggas, I be looking at cheaters, y'all. I be so entertained by cheaters. But I like to hear the victim. I like to hear the perpetrator. I like to hear the suspect. I like to hear it all. You know, I like to hear both sides. And you know, one thing you always hear is that the guy or the girl trust their partner enough to where they don't really keep an eye on them. So let me help you understand this. If you're in the business of talking to women because of their personality, or men because of their personality, you don't really care about the shine, the facial, the good looks, and things like that. You're in a good place. You may have things, I wouldn't count on it, but you may have more success than a person that is looking for looks, shine, a person with their own, and you know, you may have more success than them. Now let me explain. If you're a good looking man and you want a good looking woman with a nice body, you understand, clean, and you're drowning this woman in your affections, you understand, your time, your presence, your cologne, your car, her house, your house. You did. And here come Monday morning, you got to get back to work. You see yourself doing bigger and better things, so you put in even more work so that you can do bigger and better things and get her things that she ain't even asking for, because I think this the one, or that's the one. In the process of doing this, all that time that you spend up under her, and you know, scratching that itch, and you know, you know what it consists of, right? This person is still going to be longing. Those weeks going to turn into months. Those months going to turn into years. You got one person that's really thinking they doing the damn thing, and they trust in this person, this fine ass person, while they're away from them at an extended amount of time. And you thinking just because I'm this way, they're this way too, because we have some certain bonds with each other. And I know she's on the same, or he's on the same mind frame as I'm on. So I'm just going to assume they're doing something constructive as well. And that's where we make our mistake at. That's where we make our mistake at. See, I learned by busting my head. You understand? I learned that if you got you a fine woman, you can't start something and not finish it. You can't start something and not finish. I make my wife, believe that we're still in the 90s. I'm grabbing on her, I'm pulling on her, I'm pulling her hair, and you know, it's like nothing new. Letting her know she look good. Oh, you smell good. Come here. On top of that, there's no, well, we do have locks on our phone, but let me run into a lock I don't know the answer to. There's no hiding. See, now imagine that all of a sudden stop. Imagine just one day we get up and both of us sleeping with our phone up under the pillow. one of us then changed the code on the. Imagine that. That's how that woman or that man feel when you start something that you can't finish. That's why I encourage my sons while going up through school. I was an asshole, y'all, and still is. My sons come home talking about girlfriend, nigga, what? Okay. I don't want to hear shit about no girlfriend till you graduated from school and you're taking care of yourself. As long as we taking care of you, ain't no girlfriends, nigga. Ain't no girlfriends till you get your shit together. See, I brought kids in this world and I didn't have my shit together. You think I'm about to sit back and look at my sons do the same motherfucking thing? Talk to me. My blood been royal. I've been King Curl. It ain't just start with no YouTube. And actually, you know, y'all want to be honest with you? Y'all know where the legend of King Curl started at? The legend of King Curl started with an old saber-tooth tiger-faced ass nigga I met in Job Corps. We just gonna call him Brad. All right. He spoke on the legend of Big Curl. You understand? He told me I came from, because me and my sons, we call each other sons and stuff like that. He told me I come from the family, a family of curls that were legend. And he said Big Curl was the most legendary. So when I heard this story so many times, laughed my guts out at this story so many times, I said, well, check this out. We're talking about 2003 now, y'all. I said, well, check this out. If it's like that, if you looking at this motherfucker are the most legendary, then I'm much greater than you. And I encourage anybody, you know, if you don't think that you're better than anybody else, re-examine that, because nobody's gonna think that you are what you are but you. There's people that look like Esther in the face, but you can't tell them they ugly. You know why? Because they feel like they the best. They feel like they the most beautifulest thing on 2 feet. I don't want you to think that you're better than another man as far as superior wise, but make sure you stand in what you are and who you are. Make sure you the best you that you can produce. You did? Make sure you the best you. Tell my sons, you know, don't you get up for school late? Hey, you're just late. Get up, brush your teeth, wash your face good, brush your hair, straighten your collar. See, you want to always produce the best you. Somebody see the worst you, make it because they came to you or they instigated a meet with you, not the other way around. You don't give yourself, and it's not the best you. Told my sons, I don't want to hear no shit like that. Now, you know good and well I ain't outside following you around and making sure you ain't not doing these things, but I'm not going to ascribe to it. I'm not going to ascribe. So you talk that girlfriend shit, you go talk that with your homeboys out in the street, nigga. Ain't no, I don't want to hear no shit like that. Period. Just because I know they gonna do it anyway, don't mean I gotta give them the green light. But see, they grown now. So things are a little bit different, y'all. See, my thing is this, man. I didn't have a father. I knew nothing about parenting or should I say the proper way to do these things. You know, all I knew is what I learned. I seen my mama do. All I know is what I seen on TV, and I've seen different strokes for different folks. Okay, so I just made sure my mission was to make sure my kids survive to the point where they can take care of themselves. That was my only mission, not to produce the smartest and have the baddest this or the baddest that. That wasn't in my train of thought. My train was to help them become men, help them survive to where they're strong enough, fast enough, smart enough to take care of themselves. That's it. I never put, oh, you got to be the best at this. I started off with that shit and it worked too. But I did a real strong look at that, and I didn't like what I seen. I didn't like what I saw. And my children now, they liked it. They liked it to be challenged like that. But I wanted to produce free thinkers. Free thinkers. And it turned out real beautiful too, y'all, because all of my kids are different. All of them different. One playing sports, driving tow trucks. One worked in a pizza place, making good music. One is in school, just cheated deaf, in vocational school. And one is on his way to high school. And they're different, y'all. They different. I just had them together. We went out a few days ago, y'all, and I was just like basking in the impact, the difference in the impact I could have had on them. How when I see them, they can just be a mimicking of me, but they're their own people. And I'm sitting back, I got tears in my eyes because I listen, on this one, I put all my trust in Jehovah. I'm going to just be honest with you because I had no clue. And I could have did a better job on some things. Did I do a good job? I don't believe I can even stand in the vicinity of people that I consider do a good job parenting. I can say I didn't mess up. I didn't drop the ball, bad. I kept my sons from fights and they got in they fights. But I will walk out here because we in a place where it's a thunder zone. It's a thunder dome. So I will go out there and try to intervene on the fights with the boys, my oldest. And I will let them know, hey, y'all shouldn't fight each other, y'all neighbors. Y'all should be standing with each other. And when it seemed like they couldn't hold it back, they had to fight. I just sit back and let them fight. I know I ain't raised my sons to fight. So what I'm looking for is my son to put this nigga in some type of wrestling move because he had bigger size than him. And, that way. And I'm expecting this other dude to, if he got any hands on him to be, dropping them hands on him, and I was expecting my son to be able to take him because he take him from me when he in the wrong. And everything went according to what I felt was going to happen. See, I've had a gun whipped out on me because I made a person look bad fighting. And don't worry about it. I wasn't an instigator. I didn't want to fight. I tried to get people to, on several occasions, to get this guy, and I don't want to fight him, and he wanted it anyway. And the only thing I did was when I knocked him down the second time was stand over him and put my hand out and ask him, are we done? And to him, that was humiliating. And I didn't know that until several weeks later, this dude pulled a gun out on me. And if it wasn't for my homie that be popping up in the chat sometime, my homie Disco D, pushing me out the way and stepping in front of the nozzle, because I didn't even know it was this guy. I didn't even know it was him. Only thing I seen was a 357 nozzle in my face. Mind you, y'all, we talking about 12, 13 years old. Mind you. We ain't talking about no 16, 17-year-old. We talking about 12, 13 years old. My homie Disco is like a year and a couple months older than me. So when he seen the thing come out, I seen the nozzle go from like my chest to my nose, and I was dazed out. I was seeing clouds, y'all. The only thing I felt was somebody hit me. And my boy Disco always been stronger than me, but he built like a tank. And all I felt was somebody hit me on my shoulder. That was him, like football blocking me out the way of the gun. And it happened like real quick. And all I hear is my boy Disco like, bitch, whoop. Now listen, what was crazy about this is me and Disco had problems of him leaving me in fights. We had an issue with this. And he never really left me in a fight, but people have tested jumping out of nowhere when me and him was together, and that motherfucker be halfway up the block before I even know what's going on. So it was crazy because, Disco had moved to the west side and, was doing older stuff than me, but he would always come through, chill with me for about a week or whatnot, because my mama was his mama. His mama was my mama, that type of situation, right, y'all? So I hear him, bitch, woo, 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 woo. And a nigga with the gun started laughing like he was just playing. Yeah. Straight like that. So you got to pay attention to these people, man. You got to pay attention to them, man. They always tell you what they own, but we only hear what we want to hear. We got to break that. We got to break that chain. We got to hear everything. Everybody want to criticize God. See, God can't hide from anything. He has to hear and see all things. He hears and sees all things. See, we get the luxury of playing dumb. And a lot of times we don't be playing. We just don't stretch our imagination out far enough to make sure we test what's around us and who we're going around. It's just about how much do you love yourself. Just put yourself in this scenario. You got food allergies. I'll come swoop you. I'm treating you. I'm taking you to eat up everything you can eat up. You got food allergies. I don't know. You told me before, I forgot. I take you to all this food and you're hungry. I told you don't even eat the day before. I want you starving. So get you all these foods. You see all these pretty foods you want to try. Now, just because I'm treating you, do you go into this experience and not make sure that you're not running into anything that can trigger your allergies? Or do you just assume that I know and I'm making sure And I didn't already made sure that you're safe. But me and you haven't communicated this. You haven't communicated to me and told me about this in some time. When I told you what I was doing and what I was trying to do, you didn't communicate it with me then. Hey, you know I'm this, that, and the other. You know I can't. We didn't communicate. So when I take you to this experience, do you rely on me or do you rely on yourself? Do you did? Do you say, hey, does this have this in it? Or do you just say, I told him this about a year ago, so I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have me here if if he, knew if I told him already. No. Not if you're a intelligent person. Not if you love yourself. You're not going to put your trust in somebody. You're not going to put your life in somebody's hands. You're not going to rely on somebody to save your life when you can save your own life. Not if you're a sane person. This is what we need to understand. This is how we have to treat newcomers. This is how we have to treat going around new people. We have to test it. And if you go around somebody and they don't understand that you have to test it and make sure it's good, that's a person you don't want to be around. Because everybody should be encouraged to make sure the person you're speaking to is really who they say they are, especially right now. Especially right now. We're living in a time period where if you don't do it, you're a big dummy. Fred Sanford style. You big dummy. You got to do this. I had to test my little homie Christ Constant. I had to test my little homie, my homie Buddy Lee. I had to test Vic Damone. Everybody I mess with in some form of fashion, I've tested. Ain't that crazy? How you test a nigga on a damn computer? Easy. It's very easy. And when I say test, don't get into like school or some shit like that. No, when I say test, I mean like you will a drink. You try a drink for the first time, you don't just gulp the bitch down. If you have at least a little sense that I have, what you do is take little sips. You dig? You rotate it around the palate a little bit. You understand? You drum that motherfucker up against the roof of your mouth. Just a little bit. See how it feels all the way through. Then on probably that third sip, it's a little bit thicker. You understand? It's a little bit stronger, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more. See, you testing this because it might not even agree with you. So you kind of making sure you fill it out before you just go all the way in. You did? Before you go all the way in. It's kind of like that same dance you do when you're wrestling with your significant one, behind closed doors. You don't just want to jump straight in. You want to test it first. You can hurt yourself and hurt your, significant other just going straight in. That's how you want to do these people around you. You want to see if they arrogant, okay? And if they are arrogant, is it too much or is it just enough to your liking? You don't go pay for fast food. You don't go pay for food that you don't like. You go pay for something you do like. So is it okay for your liking? Do you see yourself getting into it with this person some months down the line if you and this person was to befriend each other? Or can you just get over it? What is it? How tolerable is it for you? See, this is what I'm talking about when I say test. You got to think 5-6 moves ahead, y'all. We're adults, and a lot of us are in our mid 30s to mid 40s. We got to think way far ahead than what we're thinking. We have to break the programming. Listen, this gonna sound real crazy to y'all, but what Buddy Lee did with our game, I seen him do this 2 years ago. And I know it's gonna sound crazy to y'all, but I'm trying to help y'all understand me. Trying to help y'all understand me. But see, my vision about how it would turn out didn't do justice to the way it turned out. And see, the way it turned out was a lot more vivid, and it was a lot more out cold than I imagined. And it's crazy that I say out cold because, listen, it's just getting started. It's just getting started. Buddy is about to do some crazy things with our games. Crazy. But I seen him do this several years ago. And when I seen it for y'all, it was like I was expecting him to read my mind. Because he's saying, Curl, you mind if I show everybody? I'm thinking like, nigga, what you think why you think I'm recording it? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. I told you way before, man, wins and losses, that don't, listen, we can talk shit to each other, that's cool, but wins and losses don't mean nothing to me, man. We about to be metal sharpening metal. We about to get each other ready to go holler at these big wigs out here. That's what I'm talking about. See, I play long ball, y'all. I play long ball. I was Tiger Woods before Tiger Woods was invented. Before they came up with the character Tiger Woods, I was playing long ball. Now, I was playing long ball based on bold facts. But if I was successful with bold facts, can you imagine how out cold I am with true knowledge? When I tell you I seen this happen several years ago, and it wasn't necessarily Buddy that I seen do it. I seen it done. I seen the success out of it. And Buddy told me on several occasions, because we played Grand Theft Auto. He told me on several occasions, hey, man, I mess with the Madden. So when I got my Madden and I had me a little change saved up, I said, damn, let me see if Buddy Lee's still down with playing him. So I called him. I can't remember where I called him at. Oh, on his gaming channel. And said, hey, dog, you get the Madden? Yeah, no, man, I ain't been messing around. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, dog, if you get it, dog, I got, we can get it together. We can get it together. I got your back, whatever you need. And he got it, and he was successful. I was hoping, y'all already know I'm not playing no game to lose. But I was hoping he made a game out of it, and he came back and won. In my eyes, money well spent. Money well spent. And you look at the game, y'all, you can see when he start feeling himself, where he start stopping that run, he start feeling himself, boy. I was on that boy, man. So next time, hopefully he mic'd up. Maybe we gonna get 1 or 2 games in a week, out the week on there. It's gonna be fun, y'all. If y'all into video games, I got all of Street Fighters and all that stuff, man, saved up in my memory. So we get off into all that stuff, man. They got it on there where y'all can make a party room. And if y'all want to talk, we can just put the party room. I think you can have like up to 20 something people in there. Put the party room in there, man. Shit, we could be talking stuff to each other. It's all doable, man. See, y'all messing with real people, man. Real people. See, we're not trying to be something we not. And if we was that, we're not trying to look down as superior over our fellow man. See, that's what make people like me and Vic different. We don't walk like that. We don't walk like that. I'm a lot more down to earth than Vic. See, Vic been exposed to silver spooning. Low key. Listen to what that nigga be talking about. He went to the amusement parks and he had the video games when they first see. He's been exposed to silver spooning. I've never. But yet and still, he's on the same level with me. We're not trying to be dominant. We're not trying to, we're not trying to be better than nobody. If anything, we want you on our level or better. I more like seeing people shine than me like shining over people. I like people shining over me. I don't want the popularity. I don't want the hassle. I don't want none of that shit. I just want to benefit from the raise. You feel me? I just want enough. I don't want too much. I never seen the logic in 5, 6 cars. I've never seen the logic in that. Never. And no diss to anybody that do live like that. I'm just speaking on me right now. See, in my world, there's motherfuckers out here hurting mentally, financially. I can never have 6 cars and knowing I'm only gonna drive 1, maybe 2. Well, I ain't gonna say no, maybe 2. It goes no further than that. But there's people out here hurting. I see it. I can't unsee it. I grew up in the hood. So even when I'm away from it, I know it's there. And every time I'm knee deep in the hood, it's very prevalent. Very. So I just want enough. I don't want too much. See how crazy your world is, right? Y'all see it. Where an entertainer get paid more than a physician. Y'all see it. It's a false construct. And it screams to us every day. Anywhere you can get a person to sit down in front of a camera and get paid more than, and listen, shooting a movie is some hard work. So I'm taking nothing away from those people. We did 8 Mile, man. Listen, you talking about Eminem paid us for 6 days from like 7 in the morning to like on most of those days 11 o'clock at night. Paid us, fed us, made sure we was well hydrated, and not no little cheese and cracker stuff neither, man. He did it real big. He did us what they call us some kind of actor. But he did us real good, man. And it was in the winter too. It was in the winter too, y'all. So he had the tents out there with the heat in them. We was inside of a factory, and it was warm in there. But he was out. We was out in the winter, and he had heat in his tents. And look, it's real frustrating, and oh man. But to make it look real to us, they got to shoot everything you see. They got to shoot it like everything you see in the movie. They got to shoot it like at least like 10 times from every angle, from every aspect. So it's some hard work. Don't get it twisted. But we have a person in entertainment that get more than the people that really save lives, than the police officers. Ain't no way the police officers should be having to make no money on the side and do nothing illegal. No way. I've seen these people. I know people in the police, in the force that took the oath on the front line. I've seen the thing these people have to see. They got to see dead bodies. They got to stand there and be around it. But you telling me a motherfucker that know how to put a ball in a hoop make way more money? Y'all don't see the idiocy in this construct? I mean, really. My nephew found my mama. It was a police officer. While we in and out of that crime, he had to stand right in there with my dead mama. And he recognized me from school. And he's there the whole time. I'm not knowing who he is because I'm messed up. He trying to console me. This is a police officer. Hey man, I lost my mama too, man, and woo 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 woo. And I asked him. I said, he said, yeah, I remember you, man. You used to go to, what school I used to go to. I'm like, and I'm going through my thing, but I'm trying to line him up and remember him and everything. I'm like, and I said, you just got to stand here. He said, yeah, until such and such get here and woo woo woo. I'm like, wow. But the stuff they got to see, y'all. Oh my God. The stuff they got to go through. I know we see some messed up stuff on behalf of police, but trust me, y'all, police take orders. Ain't no police officer out here doing, legally and getting away with, illegally doing stuff and getting away with it. If they illegally doing stuff and getting away with it, it's coming from the higher ups. I've seen plenty of police officers get caught doing shady shit and they get locked back up. But we got a person with these made up constructs, or should I say made up situation. We got a person live on camera, allegedly or supposedly, because my eyes seeing it, kill somebody and get away with it. And get away with it. And we automatically know it's real because we just seen it with our eyes on TV. Yeah, the TV, the same place we seen Godzilla rip up Manhattan. Yeah, the same way we seen the meteor come for Earth and what's the name of that damn movie with Bruce Willis in there? Yeah, the TV, where they know how to make false shit look real. But when you look at these hoaxes that we're privy to, they didn't even go through the trouble on a lot of these to even disguise it as looking real. Did y'all see the one? Did y'all see the one, y'all, where the lady was in the back of the police car and she got hold to the pistol? She got her um, cuffs off. Was able to put her hand up in the front seat through the bars, on the side. Grab an AR-15. Notice they always talk about these AR-15. We're gonna get to that too. Put the AR-15 in her hand, cock it, and all this shit, work it. Shoot out the back of the police car. Don't break no windows. None of that type of stuff, y'all. Shoot this man in the chest from the back seat of the police car with an AR-15 bullet. The man not bleeding. The man is getting up and getting down and running and hiding, ducking behind stuff. That's how they've been doing since before. Absolutely, bro. And hey, we buy it. We go for it like good little sheep. We don't want nobody to think we're conspiracy theorists, do you? We don't want nobody thinking we're crazy people now. But yeah, this bullet, that's about as big as my baby finger, hit this man in the chest. He don't bleed, right? He don't bleed. He goes to the ground, duck behind the car. He hops back up and runs to some other shelter while holding his chest. Well, it could be a strong 70-year-old man. So strong that when the bullet hit him, it just stuck in him and didn't bring blood out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They don't want us to they don't care if we believe it or not. They know we're done. AR-15. Why the AR-15? Why they keep going after these assault rifles? Could it have something to do with those Russians coming over here testing on American soil during the Project Jade Helm days? Could it have anything to do with that, y'all? Mm-hmm. I'm just asking for a friend. Could they want those type of guns off the street? Because those type of guns, if it comes to a situation where they terrorize their own people, like what's been going on for a long time now, these Russian soldiers who supposed to be our enemies, did y'all know that they were over here in 2016 running drills? Is anybody privy to that information? Do anybody remember the Jade Helm days? Mm-hmm. See, I keep telling you people, there is no such thing as countries. I know you see flags. I know you see waters. I know you see borders. They are for the stupid. I hate to use that term because all the information is out here. But they are for the stupid. There are no countries. They've been telling you guys that for quite some time now. When you hear things like global police, global judicial system, global government. See, when you talk about global, you're not talking about countries, yo. I mean, I'm trying to communicate something to you right now. I'm trying to speak to that part of your mind that sees this but don't want to see it. So you just say, trying to speak to that right now. When you hear the term global, that disassociates itself from countries. I know you see your flag. The flag is for those of us that actually believe the construct. They're not labeled United Nations, the North American Union. Titles like these, they're not labeled this for shits and giggles. Okay? They're not labeled this for just mere words. My AR-15 is not an assault rifle, it is a hunting rifle. First, then a defense weapon. Just saying. For sure. For sure. And I think the defense part of it is what's got our government up in arms. Because for whatever reason, I'm not real gun savvy. For some reason, they keep on pointing out this gun and guns like this. For some reason. And remember, it's not a coincidence. There is a reason. And I'm pretty sure we got AR-15 responsible gun holders in our sectors. I know 2 right off the bat. And it's for protection. They're not out here trying to make the news. But for some reason, they're not aiming at the people that's in the news. They're aiming at the people that just have them. And listen, if you listen intently enough, you can hear them. You can hear them slowly but surely whipping them beady ass reptilian eyes at you guys. They've been doing it for quite some time now. But I know y'all see it and y'all feel it now. Ooh, almost shut it down, y'all. Hitting that button by mistake. It's not coincidence, y'all. It's not coincidence. To kind of put y'all into perspective of what it is, it's a form of witchcraft. It's a form of witchcraft. You remember how I told you guys about how the wise man read the stars? See, it's your job to read the stars now. Because as rulers in this world, Satan, he set up his world just like he's the Most High. So he communicates the scriptures, or should I say, he communicates the future by means of the stars. What stars, Curl? His stars. His Hollywood stars. I want you to go back as far as you can. Look up a movie that's technology savvy. Go back as far as you can. I want you to look at all the technology in that movie from way back at that time. And I want to ask you a question. Do you see those things that they were using? The phone with the faces on there, and how they was able to hit a button and a face would appear in the phone and they would be talking to them. Stuff like that, Have you seen the technology from movies in the past where the technology was far beyond what technology we had at that time? And do you see those technologies in our time? See, this may get a little deep. This may be the time that you want to hightail it away from me right now. This might be the time that you run. because you might hear something that's going to screw you up. This might be that time, y'all. In fact, see Satan speak through his stars. Same way he spoke through the stars back with the three wise men. Who did you think was the motivation behind the stars up there? See, the people that kept up with the stars, they were more highly evolved than the people who knew nothing about the stars. You heard what those wise men brought Jesus? Fragrance, the wealth. See, all of that stuff go together, y'all. You think I'm able to see things in advance because I let people tell me what to see? Or do you think that I somehow trained myself to break the programming and just allow myself to see everything? See, when you see everything, you don't put a color on behavior anymore. I'll be interested in the conversation until I hear the person that sounds so wise put a color on behavior. This system has produced a gang of Uncle Ruckuses. A gang of Uncle Ruckuses. And they come in man and woman form. They come in butt ugly like Uncle Ruckus to beautiful. A gang. See, understand this. We can get ahead and see what's going on in our future by looking at the movies from our past. Movies like Enemy of the State. Movies like Conspiracy Theory. Movies like The Matrix. Movies like New Jack City. Ooh. Like Scarface. Ooh. Ooh-wee when it comes to Scarface. Because we had so many lives get lost out there in the streets trying to chase that white horse. Trying to imitate that. And then, see, that wasn't the killing part. The killing part is when they tested what Scarface was doing and went out there and found out that it was really plentiful out there if you had the balls to put your hand in a cookie jar. Real dangerous now. Real dangerous. But if you had the balls and the testicular fortitude that you could become real successful messing around with that white horse. You did? That was the killing part. And then when you seen that, did you see the neighborhoods go down? Did you see the neighborhoods, the houses begin to turn into vacant lots? The flourishing neighborhoods that was getting the new businesses and stuff like that. Did you see it just go to shreds? See, the stars dictate what the people do. Do you get it? It's people that learn how to use the stars to get people to do what they want them to do. Where do you think your trends come from? Put a famous star with an outfit on right now and watch how many outfits sell. The only people that's keeping this a secret is the people that want to keep it a secret. Just like Satan used the stars, the actual stars, for people to think that we're superior in intelligence compared to people from 2,000, 5,000 years ago. He used his stars now. They're not called rocks. They're not called trees. They're not called fishes. They're called stars. They're called stars. What is a star? It's a god. It's a god. It's their god. That's why it's in all their fraternities. That's why it's on the church, the book of Satan, or the Satanic Bible. That's why it's the thing that the witch draw to receive and work its power. I don't care if you stand it up upright. I don't care if you turn it sideways. I don't care if you turn it upside down. It's a star. Just like it's no such thing as a good witch and a bad witch, it's a witch. A star is a star. They fully communicate this to us. They fully let you know what this is to them. But they got you programmed to only see what they want you to see. They don't want you to see how satanic our flag is, with all those 50 stars on there, letting you know that they on all the waters, letting you know that they don't care nothing about the bloodshed. And that white on there is letting you know that they stand in the place of God. Country, if you believe it. Crown colony, maybe it's more of that than a country. The military hand of the global government. Anybody get stepped out of line, anybody try to tread on or go against what they got going, guess what? You gotta meet the US of A. And they ain't come to play no games, Nickel. They ain't come to play no games, Nickel. But yeah, man, my blood been royal, man. My blood been royal. I said to myself, I'm going to be the greatest me that ever lived. And I don't mean as far as gloating over my counterparts and being ahead of my fellow man. See, Curl like this, man. And my twos and fews know this and understand it. Overstands this now. That if Curl is ahead and you down with Curl and you ain't where he at, he gonna pull you up there with him. He gonna pull you up there with him. My wife used to tell me, how you gonna tell somebody else about a job before you get in there good? Hey, that's just the way I'm built. That's some of the dumbest shit you can do. And she pointed it out to me. How you gonna, you just got in there. How you gonna, and not about this one, y'all. This one is a miracle and an anomaly in itself. Not about this job. But, in the past. You know why? Because that nigga in the same spot I was in. And now that I made my mark and they know I'm about that life, I got to pull them in. I gotta set him up. I gotta get him on the same shit that I'm on. Because I won't feel right unless I do. That's just the way I'm built. Like I said, my wife already made it make sense to me. It's not a smart thing to do. But, people like myself, we got to do this. We got to. I was taken aback and, I felt like I was going to put together a nice little group and we just rotate money, for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it in rotation. Maybe help build each other channel up, whatever. But when I seen how petty people was with money on this platform, it inspired me, y'all. It made me feel like I was more needed than I thought I was. For real. Because obviously, you people don't know the rules of this world. If you knew the rules of this world, you wouldn't be hoarding that shit. You wouldn't be trying to keep it all to yourself. And you wouldn't be following none of these fucking characters you see on these TV screens. You think let me help you understand something. You think that you become a millionaire in this world, everything is everything. Everything's hunky-dory. You go on living your life and everything is, okay. Yeah. Okay. See, once you got to what you have to understand is like what I was trying to tell my god brother. We're gonna call him Brother Gordon. My brother say he gonna get a business, and I know he got the mind to do it. I seen him do it before. But see, this same brother believe in what I believe in. And I asked the brother, I said, well, the job you making now, that's not enough money for you? He say, well, yeah, it is, but sometimes I find myself having to do the paycheck to paycheck thing. I said, well, you do know that if you get off into this business, that it's going to take up more of your time that you should be spending trying to get closer to God. You do know it's going to step on that time, right? Well, yeah, this, that, and other. And for the most part, he's been very successful. He can't say he haven't been warned. So I told him, I said, listen, if you become very, very successful and you make over a certain amount of money, you do know it's certain people that's going to want some of your money, right? And not going to necessarily do or help in any way you get this money. You do know this. So he, looked at me crazy and felt like, I'm a bottom feeder. You don't really know what's going on in this world and everything like that. What I was trying to tell him is that there are gatekeepers in all aspects of life. There's gatekeepers in the music world. There's gatekeepers in the entertainment industry. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys that keep up with these celebrities know exactly what I'm talking about when I say gatekeeper. Right? Listen, those dead presidents represent the founding fathers. The founding fathers represent our government. And at the end of the day, that's what those dead presidents represent. That money belongs to them. That money is their money. I know you sweat. I know you rent, or should I say you're You bled. I know you sweated. I know you shed tears. I know you spent countless hours, but it's not yours. It belongs to Caesar. Are we understanding each other? It does not belong to you. It belongs to Caesar. It belongs to the ruler of this world. So if you're treating your money like you treat manna, like they treated manna in the Old Testament, if you're treating your money like this, don't be surprised where you got this money stored at. If you put your hand in there and you draw back maggots, you put your hand in your cookie jar where you know you got your money stored at and nothing is in there. Don't be surprised, because I'm giving you the forewarning now. It belongs to Caesar. That house with your name, that title, belongs to Caesar. Caesar could come and say right now, hey, we got some terroristic threats in your neighborhood. You got to move out. Here, we're going to give you 1/10 of what your value is worth in this house. We don't have to give you anything per Patriot Act law. Get out of here. All this you work for, you don't have anymore. And they can legally do this, and they've been able to legally do this since before the Patriot Act. That's why Christ asked the question, why bleed, shed blood, sweat for these things that can be taken away from you, that can rust, that can wilt away, that the moths can eat up? Why give your all to this when you can give your all to the heavenly kingdom and store up treasures that can't be taken away from you, that can't rot or rust, that the moths can't eat up, that no one can take from you? No one. See, you're using the right energy, but you're fighting the wrong fight. You're using the right energy. You're tapping into the right sources, but you're using all that energy in the wrong fight. Imagine that, y'all. So dig, y'all. Something happened monumental last night. I almost worked a 24-hour shift. I worked 16-hour shift yesterday, right? And my boss calls me. Well, I call my boss at 10 minutes after I'm supposed to get off. And I tell him, hey, where your guy at, man? Can you stay there till you get here? I say, yeah, but I'm not staying no later than this, man. I don't want to drive home too sleepy. I got to drive over 20 minutes to get home. Yeah, okay, well, listen, I need you to sit there. I need you to do another 8 shifts. I say, if the price right, I ain't got no problem with it. So he came at me with 40 an hour. See, with 40 an hour, it ain't no discussion needed. Not for me. And listen, when he asked me to do these impromptus, he paid me immediately after it's over with. So I ain't got to wait on my check to get it. So what happened was, he remembered me talking about being too sleepy to make it home. He remembered me saying my wife got to be at work at 7:30. He remembered all this, and he got somebody to come in at 2. So that's the longest I ever stayed on the clock, y'all, in my life. The longest, monumental. And it would have been the first 24-hour shift ever that I ever heard of, other than a police officer. Or maybe a truck driver. Yes. Getting that cholo bro. And I ain't gonna do nothing but give it away. I'm gonna get everything I need. I'm gonna get a few things I want. I owe my 2 sons a couple outfits. So everything I need, some of the things I want, and I'm gonna get the rest away. Seems like Vic knew what he was talking about when he told me that some years ago. And so I done took what he was talking about and I mixed it with a little bit of love. And it comes out, everything I put out, I get 100 times over. And guess what I do when I get that 100 times over, y'all? Can anybody guess it? What I do? Do I go storing up storehouses? Do I go get a bigger house? No. I get all the things I need, a couple things I want, and I give away the rest. Treat families out, stuff that make me feel good. And the good part about it is, I'm talking this shit to y'all, and y'all know I ain't bullshitting. People that know me know I ain't lying. See, I be seeing these people living good. I be seeing they beautiful houses. I be like, damn, go you go. But see, I look at this stuff like I look at a woman. If I like a woman and she chose somebody else before she chose me, I don't want that woman no more. I figure I can do better. I tell you one thing, I don't want that particular woman. So if I see a person with something nice, look nice, I get credit what credit's due. If it look good, I'm going to tell you it look good. If it smell good, I'm going to tell you it smell good. If it tastes good, I'm going to tell you it tastes good. But do I want what you have in my possession? Do I want your woman after you done had her? No, hell no. Hell no. This ain't single black male around this motherfucker. I want my own. I want to pave my own way. I want my own. I won't be satisfied until I got my own. Own ideas, own way of doing things, own way of thinking, own way of being. Ain't no hive mind around this piece. We free thinkers. We free thinkers around here, baby. I encourage free thinking. No cult mentality. Free thinking. See, because in my mind, in Curl's world, I can't be better without you. I can't be better without haters. I can't be better without a person trying to be better than me. I can't be better without you. In my world. I feel we need each other to make each other greater. If I'm walking wrong, I'm doing something wrong, I need a person like Uncle Shug, like Christ Counsel, to point it out, to put it in check. And I'm a hard-headed, stubborn son of a bitch. So I'm going to make an argument out of it if I got an argument. But if I can't argue with you no more, the king going to take the knee. The king is going to take a knee and is going to bow his head and is going to accept his critiquing and his reproving. I'm going to accept it. Sometimes you got to be stronger, though, King. See, in my reality, everything happens for a reason. And I believe if it's on my plate, my creator didn't allow that if he didn't think I was strong enough to battle. You know what I mean? I want to know different perspectives. I don't enjoy just one or two perspectives. I like seeing all. My only mission is to upgrade man, not to degrade. Upgrade our way of thinking. I don't want to be the only one thinking 5-6 moves ahead. See, you got some people that think like that, but they only think like that financially. They don't do the mental in and output during that time. They only do it financially. See, somewhere within that makeup, somewhere with that equation, you got to equal in the human aspect. You have to include that, because if you don't include that, you end up a very famous rich person that's contemplating suicide. We've seen enough. We've seen a lot of people, famous, talented, in a position where they're checking themselves in a mental institution, allegedly. And you can look at it in two ways. Either we're being deceived, or either, wow, maybe money ain't the root. Maybe fame ain't the way. Maybe having all these things ain't where it's at. Look at it in several ways. I look at it like this. I'm a better person with less than I am with more. I've had spurts in my life where I had more than what I needed. And when I look back, I sit here and talk to y'all right now, and I look back, I don't like what I see. I don't. Some people can handle it. Some people have, way better control than I have. Some people were groomed to be able to do this. I found out several different times in my lifetime that I'm not. So whenever I have way more than what I need, I give away the access. And ever since I've been thinking and living like that, my life has been a dream that I don't want to wake up from. And that includes me going to jail this last time. That whole situation was a blessing, and I was feeling that blessing all while I was going through it, especially what happened when I was on my way up out of there. I seen it a blessing all the way around. You've been running for 19 years, nigga. And finally get this thing taken care of right on the brink of the great deception. Mm-hmm. What makes my blood royal? Well, what makes my blood royal is the fact that, yeah, I'm a self-proclaimed king. I'm the first in my family, the only male my mother produced. The second male from my grandmother, my mother's mother. And I've paved my own way. I've stood in my own shame. I've allowed myself to be tested to the point where I may have perhaps contemplated suicide. Because in my eyes, that was the easier way out. I found out at an early age that I can't do anything and get away with it. I can appear to get away with it, but it always catch back up with me. So when I realized these things, it was either one or two things. Either I give up on life, or I get in contact with the Most High, see if He real, see if He care about what the turmoil my mind is in every day. Because despite me thinking about women all the time, I can't stop thinking about Him. And I decided I'm going to pursue Him. I'm going to pursue Him wholeheartedly, not just partially, not just where it benefits me at. I'm going to pursue Him even when it makes me uncomfortable. I'm going to pursue Him even if that means stepping outside myself and showing an attitude and a personality that exudes love rather than fear. You got a lot of people that fear you. And within that fear, most of those people will kill you without hesitation because of that fear. But how much more people will kill you if they fear you out of love? I mean, it'd be quick to blow your head off then. I asked myself that question. I put myself through the test where a lot of people stop coming around as much. A lot of more people respect me more. And you find out that they stop coming around not because you different and they don't like you no more. They do it out of respect. Can't keep taking everything negative, man. I call that being Negatron. Can't be Negatron, man. You got to try to see the good in everything before you breathe life in the Negatron. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna get up off here. I'm about to plug up this game, see if I can catch Buddy. Hit me a little of this broccoli. Enjoy my day off because I gotta be at work for a double at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Oh, how much I love making that money and passing all that money to my wife. Oh, you talking about a true simp. Oh my God, it just makes me feel so good. And I'm dealing with a wife that ain't greedy, but she was raised to be who she is. She's a mother hen. So she always think business first. A perfect opposite of attraction. But yeah, I'm gonna get on here. Y'all interested in hooking up with us on this PlayStation 4, man? We'd be happy to have y'all. We ain't graduated yet, but we do know that once we do graduate to the 5, that we can still play people on the 4. So, hey, y'all be good, man. Y'all have a beautiful day. Getting rid of me right before it flipped to noon. Right before we go to PM. You did. Have a beautiful day. Quit letting strangers dictate your life. What I mean by that, if you're opening your car door and you know it's traffic nearby, quit just assuming these people not looking down at their phone. Quit putting your life in other people's hands. Get your ass quickly out that car. Look before you open that door. Because I see silly people do this every day. Hurry up and hop out that car and get out the street. We living in a dumbed down society, and half the people out here ain't paying no goddamn attention to what they doing. So quit putting your life in people's hands. And don't be thinking I'm some type of special type of person because I'm telling you this, and you about to go outside and experience it and see it for yourself. I'm just a person, when I see things and I feel it on my heart to discuss it and talk about it, as what I do. Quit putting your life in the hands of strangers, y'all. Till we talk again, till we see each other again, always bid you well. Please do as much good as you possibly can, because we're going to do bad without even trying to do bad. And we want that good to smother out whatever bad we do. All right? Y'all stay up and y'all stay beautiful. Peace.